got a big workshop here, so I built this workbench and this side table to go with it. Today I'm going to walk you through the build of the workbench and the features of it and why I like it. Stick with us. Hi and welcome to the Handyverse, where we approach homeownership mindfully, turning to DIY as a first resort when our knowledge and skills allow it. And today we're back in the new workshop where I've put together my new workbench and side table to go with it. Today we're just focusing on the workbench, but what I wanted to talk about was what I like about it and talk about how I put it together and how you might be able to do the same for your own space. This workbench, and in particular the idea of a split workbench, was heavily inspired by a course on Domestika by Patricio Ortega, and highly recommend it, and I'll put a link to it down below. This is not sponsored or anything like that, but I just feel it's a good resource, and I believe anybody starting out in woodworking would have an interest in this and could learn a lot. So highly recommend that. Click the link down below if you're interested. Start out with, I want to talk about some of the features of the workbench and why I chose to build it the way I did. First off, I wanted it, because this is a big workspace, I wanted it to be on casters so I could move it around. And these are locking casters, so I can lock it in place where I wish, but this will help me bring the workbench to the project that I'm working on, and I have the space to do it. I wanted to have cutting tracks, and I also wanted the cutting tracks to be usable by the right hand or the left hand, so I wanted it to be symmetrical. One of the reasons for that is that the expert, whenever he's with me, he's a lefty, so this is usable for both of us, but also that you can use it from either side. No matter which side you're working on, you'll have a track available for you. The workbench is set up for bench dogs. I've drilled bench dog holes in it, both on the top surface, but also some vertical ones that I eventually will put a clamp in the middle to use as a side clamp or a dead man's clamp. Another thing I like about this workbench is the fact that it's built out of plywood instead of a solid like 2x4s or 2x6s, which it gives some flexibility in terms of adding in little things to help store tools. So, you know, adding the brush to keep that on hand. I added a magnetic strip to be able to put some tools close at hand while still being tucked out away and keeping it neat and tidy. I also put a vacuum port underneath to pull down air through the bench dog holes. It really only picks up the fine dust particles, and I don't know if you can really see it in this video, but it does pull some of the fine dust out, but it doesn't work as well as I had hoped, so I may or may not use that, I don't know, but it's there in case I do want to use it. One of the things I liked in my old workshop was the space for my storage bins. I found these really useful, and I wanted to have a space for that on the new workbench, and so that's what I use to set my shelf height, and I also have a stop on the back to keep them from going in too far. And then one of the key things with this is that I built the workbench to a height that matches my table saw. I have the DeWalt table saw, and I'll put a link up, you can click on that video to watch, but it's a 36.5-inch height table saw, and I built the workbench to that exact height. I will say one of the things I wish I did was make it slightly under that, because this is on casters, so if I'm moving it around, sometimes there's imperfections in the floor, and I have noticed that I do butt up against the edges sometimes. So just a side note, if you're building your own, make it slightly lower than what you want for your outfeed support. I did chamfer the edges to help with that, but just something to keep in mind. And then there's the side bench as well, but I'll cover that in another video because this one was just getting a bit too long. And just as an FYI, I am in the process of modeling this up to make some plans for this. It's not a hard build, it's something you could tackle without plans, but for those people that want it, I will make those available. So hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I have those plans ready for release, and also when I release the video for the side table to go with this workbench. That's my preamble on the features. I did bring in the expert to help me out with this workbench because in the process of building it, I didn't have a workbench to work on, so having a second person really helped a lot. And it's always great to work on projects with Dad, so he does make a special appearance in this video. So without further ado, here we go. This is how I built it.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old eyes. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kid, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the four
stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. Skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living.
So there you have it. That's how we put this workbench together. Like I said, hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll know when I release the plans, and also when I release the video for the side bench to go with it. Anyway, really super happy with this. I love the concept, and so far so good. It's worked out great for me, and I highly recommend this type of thing. Any comments on how I could improve upon it, anything glaringly wrong that you see, please leave a comment down below. We read them all, and we will see you in the next video.